in my mind, social media is contributing to the youth mental health crisis in America. It is a major contributor, I believe, to the youth mental health crisis. And this is why what I have called for last year and multiple times since then has been for a Congress to put in place actual safety standards, actual requirements for data transparency from the companies, so that we can protect our kids the way we decided we were going to protect people against unsafe cars years ago. Like when I was growing up, when we were growing up, remember there were a pretty high rate of car accidents and deaths. Right? And we didn't say, well, our only option is to go back to horses and buggies or to just accept this as the price of modernity. We said, no, there's a third pathway here, which is we can embrace new technology, but we can make it safer. And that's what we're going to do. So we put in place a series of safety standards that got us seatbelts and crash testing and airbags and a series of other measures that over time make cars safer. And so now, as a parent, when you go to put your child in a car, whether it's when they're a child and doing, in a car seat, or whether it's when they're 15 or 16 and learning to drive themselves, you don't need to go and test the frame out yourself. You don't need to get under the hood and literally look and check out the spark plugs and check out the brakes underneath the car. You don't have to do all that because there are standards that were enforced that were put in place. We should do the same thing when it comes to social media. And right now, this is what we're seeing as a result of a 20-year experiment that has taken place on all of us, but particularly on our kids. And the results have not been good for our children. And this is where I think that, while states are trying to do this, put in place some measures on their own, so like California, Utah, Florida, and other states have been actively debating, in some cases putting in place real legislation to help. This is one of those places where you really do actually need a national solution to this, because it can't be that when I'm in state A, that the rule is something, but then I go to visit my cousins in state B, and all of a sudden the rules are different. It's very hard, confusing, and it doesn't make sense. So we need a national rule around this, And so, anyhow, this is why Congress really does need to take action here. I think it's important that they keep hearing that. I think the good news is there's bipartisan support for taking